What is up, Bulldog Nation? Checking in again. Another week, Micah. Episode 76.
Awesome.
And
I'm Micah Harris.
I'm Matt Tanner. Thanks for checking us out again this week. Micah, I have, you'll be very proud of me. I have all of July scheduled, and I've actually got two more guests for August. So,
Man,
actually, probably about three, and maybe I may just about have the whole month of August as well. So Micah fusses at me a little bit. I got to do, and I'm doing better. Say fusses, not really
you do
fusses.
great. You do great.
He
I'm the one that
gives
don't.
me. No, it's all good.
I'm a,
But I wanted to tell you though, I've been kind of thinking about this, and maybe you can think about it too. I want to do something for our 100th episode, and so I had the calendar out and I was counting weeks ahead. Guess what week will be the 100th episode?
it's probably either Christmas or New Year's.
Christmas, the week of Christmas. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
The week of Christmas will be our 100th episode. So I thought that was really cool the way it worked out. I've chat GPT'd some things. I don't know exactly what we want to do. We'll talk about it. I'll share with you some of the ideas that it gave me. Some of them pretty cool. Some of them are a little, I don't know. But anyway, let's.
It is It is Festivus week too.
That's true. It is Festivus week, so maybe we'll have a little Christmas Festivus 100th episode celebration. We'll have all kinds of stuff. So
Maybe we can get the whole family on and do Festivus.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if our listeners could handle that, Micah. It's
That's kind of what we've been known for. I mean, people have always lived for our Festivus videos on.
that is true. That is kind of true.
So, hey, if you're listening to this and you like the idea of Festivus, maybe make a post on our Facebook page or social media page.
Yeah, maybe I can just play some excerpts of Festivus on our broadcast or something like that.
That may be
maybe. So anyway, this is again episode 76, season 2, episode 35. We want to pay a few bills real quick. Give a shout out to Mercy Phoenix Healthcare Staffing Solutions, and I saw where you shared it and I shared it. They are looking for some EMTs or EMS. Excuse me, paramedics. Thank you. Illinois, I think is what it said.
Yes, in Illinois. Pretty well all over the state, it sounded like.
Yeah.
Or the way it read.
You can click on my Facebook page, Micah's Facebook page, or go to Mercy Phoenix, MERCI Phoenix, just like the town, PHOENIX. Click on that, and they've got, or on our Facebook page, click on the link that's on there, and it will take you to all about the specifics of the job. And it's got it listed on there. They have housing,
stipends,
some kind of per diem stipend. I don't know. I don't want to speak about it because I don't want to get it.
I didn't read all that. I just read the first part of it and thought, well, we'll share it. And
absolutely. And also a shout out to Green Grass Guys, D Bizzle, David Bizzle. Oh, let me back up. Mercy Phoenix, that's Mr. Jody Cheney and his folks. Tucker Cheney, his son, helps him as well, and his wife Karen is involved with it. And so they are, again, not just EMTs and EMS as paramedics. They do nursing and all kinds of things. So if you're looking for that, or if you are in that field and looking for a job, they will undoubtedly have something for you. And if not, they'll probably have it pretty soon. So they're always looking to add to their team. And Green Grass Guys, David Bizzle, D Bizzle, they are turf management specialists, and they will make your yard look unbelievable. And so unbelievable, you're going to have to mow twice a week because that's what I've got to do.
Weeks like this, man, everybody's got.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And Micah, you need to come over. Of course, I know we're doing them virtual this week, but if you come over, they've got the concrete poured in their backyard now. So
I was wondering if they had that done. I drove by there the other day, and I was like, "Where's they're working today?"
Yeah, they got it all poured, and so now all the landscaping and all that stuff will start. So Aaron and I are very excited. I want to give some shout outs to Luke for he's going to have a couple of weeks off because our guest next week is going to be virtual. So he'll have a couple of weeks off where he doesn't have to provide any audio visual stuff, but he's still to help when he needs it. Aaron, shout out to my wife. Justin, our general nuisance and general counsel. Tucker Cheney, again, for his video editing expertise. He's helped me a lot, and I've learned a lot. If you guys have watched any of the YouTube videos, you see I had a little countdown into it this week. We've got the credits that will roll at the end now. I've got our names on there, Micah. Man, I'm
gonna have to go watch a YouTube one.
You need to watch one of the last. Started with Jamie, and now with Tyler and Nason. It's some pretty cool little graphics and video editing I've learned how to do. Shout out to Derek James, Brian James for their stats, behind the scenes, lore, history, stories, all kinds of things. And Brian texted me the other day, and he was listening to, which one were we talking about? When Jody Glidewell, we were trying to figure out what the name of that grant project is called. Donors Choose. And he said, Matt, you need me on the show to be in the background and going, that's Donors Choose. Tell you what it is on the show. He said, or you could just put me in there and say, have his voiceover sound like James Earl Jones. So I told him, I said, Brian, I will pay you double what I'm getting paid to do that. So he said his salary is negotiable. But we appreciate those guys. And certainly last but not least, Tyler Anderson, Twisted Arrow Woodworking. Can't see our cool sign on the wall, but we have a cool sign on the wall. If you go back and look at some of our other YouTube videos, you'll see the cool sign on the wall that Tyler has done. Micah, you got some shout outs this week?
My wife always. Appreciate her letting me have time to do this.
Yeah.
And just I thank her every day for what she makes me.
That's right. For putting up with us. If you don't mind, we really appreciate any shares, follows, reviews, comments, really anything to help us spread our message on social media. We're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Please go on there. We're closing in on 1,100 followers on Facebook. We're about 900 and something on TikTok. And we're up to 70 followers on YouTube. So that, I was looking at it. They want you to get to like 1,000 and then something else if you just start monetizing. So we're not monetizing on there or anything yet. You had to get like 1,000 subscribers, I think is what they call them actually. So
yeah.
So we'll get there. There's no rush for that. And you can catch all of our podcasts on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and then on our website, thedoghouse.buzzsprout.com. We have an embedded player, and you can listen to all the previous podcasts, actually back to the 15th one. And then if you want to go all the way back to the first 14 when it was Richard and me, you can go on one of the Apple. We've got two Apple streams. One of them, I've actually got it pinned on our Facebook page, which is the one that has all of the episodes on there, all the way back to the very first one. So if you're interested in that, please go back and listen to those. Shoot us an email, doghouse.sykeston@gmail.com, or send a message to Micah and me on our Facebook pages, or text us or call us, or come by and see us, or whatever you need to do. And still, we would always be open to somebody partnering with us. We'd love to talk to you about it. Give us a shout. And we got some swag in. I got our 2Xs in now. We've got our larges in. And Mr. Brian Henson said that our dry fit are coming in probably in a week or so. So we'll have all those coming in. So we're hopeful again. Actually, had somebody follow up with me today. I'm looking at some other swag as well. Maybe some AirPod covers and some cool things like that to have to give away. So we're looking at those as well. The Bulldogs were off this past week, best I can tell. I know Coach was out of town, and so they may have had a few open gyms and stuff, but there was they didn't play any basketball this week.
They didn't play any basketball.
Again, the Mount had some workouts, individual workouts and stuff like that, but they didn't have any Rib City stuff. I do know that there were some games going on, but they didn't have Saxon didn't play in it. June AAU
they usually do that last week of dead week, like kind of.
Yeah, June AAU kind of calms down, and they can play with their high school teams, and then July that's kind of the big end to the AAU season. So they kind of ramp that back up, and in July they kind of get going with their AAU teams, and so they do some individual workouts and things like that. So
looks like the wrestling team's working pretty hard. I mean, from Facebook, it looks like they're having pretty good turnout. And I think football doing the same.
I was just going to say I haven't heard any updates on football. I know they had that camp in Dexter. They have one in Charleston. Yeah, the big man. I forget what they call it. I haven't heard any updates from that yet. So as soon as we hear from that, we'll give some updates.
They usually do some 7-on-7 through the summer, those type things.
Right.
And even tackle camps. I don't know if they participate in any full contact camps or not. So
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. But if you'll just stick with us, we'll be back with our guest. Yes, he happens to be my brother-in-law, but he is a Division I softball umpire, and we'll get into his story. It's pretty cool. Some of the places he's been and some of the games he's called and some things he's doing to kind of grow and move up, so to speak, in that sport and in that profession. And so just hang with us, and we will be back in just a few minutes. Hey, thanks for sticking with us through the break. We're going to now move on to our guest. I've got an intro. It's kind of flattering, and I really don't want to read it because I'm related to this guy, but I'll go ahead and read it anyway. I'm related to you too, Micah. So, both of y'all are my brother-in-law.
You just now figuring this out?
I just now
Lord
kind of sitting in on me. All right, here we go. Some people spend a lifetime mastering one profession. Our guest somehow found a way to excel in two. Joseph Baldwin grew up in New Madrid, where sports, hard work, and community were a way of life. Today, he calls one of the fastest games in college athletics as a Division I softball umpire, earning assignments at the highest level through years of preparation, professionalism, and composure under pressure. It's all written by ChatGPT. I don't believe a word of that. When he's not behind the plate or on the bases, he's helping families find their next home as a successful real estate agent in the Nashville area. Or excuse me, Nashville. Is it Nashville?
Nashville.
Nashville. But
Vegas.
But Joseph's story is about more than college softball and real estate. It's also about legacy. His father spent more than 4 decades officiating basketball, baseball, and volleyball throughout Southeast Missouri, becoming a familiar and respected figure to generations of athletes, coaches, and fans. Tonight we'll talk about growing up in New Madrid, the journey to Division I softball, what fans never see behind the mask, and balancing 2 demanding careers. Joseph, welcome to the doghouse.
Welcome to the doghouse.
You're already kind of a legend because, Micah, I can't remember if I mentioned him with you or if it was with Richard, but I told the story of our Brown Thursday. So Joseph is the one that caused all the trouble in the basement, with the leaky toilet.
Yeah, I do remember you telling about this on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I got an update on that too, by the way.
Oh my gosh!
Remember, we all went to the river bend that afternoon after you got somebody to fix it.
Yes, that was Donnie, our other family member, our cousin, lives in outside of Cape. We basically the story was, if you hadn't heard, Joseph and his family were here. It would have been Thanksgiving of 2024, and they were in the basement, and the toilet was, as we come to find out, of course, my son, everybody knows Luke, lives in our basement, or that's where his bedroom is. And Joseph was like, "Hey, your toilet's loose, by the way." I was like, "What?" I looked at Luke, and he gave me kind of one of those. So
probably been like that for 3 years.
Oh, more than likely. So I went down, thought I could get it fixed. Well, long story short, it didn't get fixed, and I was holding the toilet up, and it slid, broke off the shut-off valve on the side of the wall, and water was just going everywhere. And
think of this, Sean. Y'all ever heard like a little girl scream as loud as they can? That's exactly what the host of this show was doing, screaming like a little girl.
That's partially true. That is, and so I finally
if I get squirted by water, I do too.
This just wasn't getting squirted. This was like pressure, like shooting out of like a fire hose. And so I finally got all the water shut off, but I had to, of course, I had to shut off the water to the house. Like we had no water in the house after that. So I'm yelling. Joseph comes running down and slips on the floor, and he's going
from the water.
Yeah, but that you caused, because I was fixing the freaking toilet that you talked about. Yeah, and Joseph's rolling around on the ground going, oh, and Aaron's like, do you need an ambulance? I'm like, don't worry about him. Help me get this water out the floor. and then Joseph's two little girls, Merritt and Abby, were upstairs, and they were crying. They didn't know what the heck was going on. We sound like the freaking Keystone Cops downstairs. So and Joseph went to the doctor. He was just bruised. He's fine. Nothing happened.
Yeah, no. I actually went back to the doctor this week. Thank you very much. I had to get a steroid shot about a month ago. And went back, and they said that this was the actual cause of my impingement and bursitis of my right shoulder.
Oh, my gosh. Here we go.
Now I get to start twice a week for 6 weeks for PT. So
that's a year and a half ago.
I guess my attorney be reaching out. No, I had time to file.
Reach out to our general counsel, our general nuisance, Justin. You can reach out to him. The statute of limitations has moved on from that. So I gave you some golf balls. I don't know what else. What other?
Yeah, like I'm going to be able to play with the hurt shoulder. best gift ever.
That's a good point. I didn't even realize that. That's hilarious. Oh gosh.
It only takes one little extra turn to cause a plumbing problem when you're working on plumbing.
True.
Well, Matt's always said he's the jack of all trades, but what he doesn't tell you, he's the master of none on that.
Right.
That's very true.
I have a similar experience where I was putting a toilet tank on the toilet, and it was full of water. The tank was full of water because I was just tightening it up, and I turned it one too many times and
cracked it.
It cracked, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I ate like a face full of water. That's what rental property will get you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Very true.
All right. So there's Joseph's. That's his real introduction. Joseph, you grew. You're from here. Joseph. For those that don't know, obviously is my brother-in-law. My wife is his sister, much younger sister, right?
Yeah, I mean, she's like what? We're 3 years, 6 days apart. So when Aaron was in kindergarten, I believe Matt was a senior in high school.
Go.
So I mean, if that tells you anything,
that is accurate. That is accurate. Yes, that is accurate. Joseph, thanks for the interview. We appreciate it. We'll talk to y'all next time.
Good night.
We'll let you know when it airs.
yeah, exactly. So you grew up in New Madrid. You played baseball and all that stuff. Tell us how you got from there to you went to school at Williams Baptist and then moved to Nashville. Kind of tell us how your story went that way.
Yeah, I mean, I spent the first, 18 years of my life in Southeast Missouri, growing up in Marston, then living a majority of my life later in New Madrid. Graduated from NMCC, the home of the Eagles, back in the class of 2004.
Yeah. Dang, you had a 20-year then, haven't you?
Yeah. I don't even think we had one, but
really?
20 years. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but yeah, after graduating high school, I went down to Northeast Arkansas and went to college at Williams Baptist University and spent a great 4 years there that I loved it so much I took an extra year to finish it out.
Right.
So yeah, I was
Right.
on the 5 year plan.
It happens to the
Um,
best of us.
yeah. I worked at a golf course the year after. Then I got hired by my college to be the assistant volleyball and assistant softball coach for a
You know
couple of
what,
years.
Joseph? I forgot about that. I actually did forget
Yeah.
about that. That's right. You were a college coach. I forgot about that.
Yeah, for a brief time, but man, what a great experience that was. And then
Now,
after that stint, go ahead.
I was just going to say, now that's NAIA, and isn't there a national tournament at Gulf Shores? Isn't that right? Or
Yeah,
isn't there
so
something?
the NAI World Series rotates
Oh,
several years. So while I was a coach there, I think we got to number 5 in the nation. So
wow.
we actually went to Gulf Shores to
Yeah,
participate, and I think we won a game or two. Then we got put out in double elimination. But that was probably 2010 and 11, I think. And
yeah.
now lately, it's been in Columbus, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, after doing that stint at the college, I ended up moving over to Nashville and going to work for a Southern gospel group
Yep.
called the Booth Brothers, and lit out of a tour bus for 4.5 years. Waking up at a Walmart or Cracker Barrel parking lot day in, day out. Didn't know where I was
Yeah.
going. Didn't know where I was heading. So
Mm-hmm.
You weren't driving the bus, were you?
I cannot confirm nor deny. I'm not a not a
Well, if
holder
you
of
didn't
a
know where you were going, I
CDL.
was kind
Yeah, that's right. I will not. The statute of limitations hasn't ran out
Patience.
on that yet.
Yeah. Grant, if you're listening, don't pay attention to this.
Yeah, Grant. Yeah, he'll let you slide.
Yeah.
He's speaking of Grant Williams, our good friend and neighbor, who's a lieutenant in Highway Patrol. So that's what he said Grant for. So, so I remember you left there. Now, how'd you get into real estate? What kind of led to all that?
Yeah, so once I got off the road, I found my wife. Actually, she found me. I mean, why not, right? Not online, out of all places.
Right?
Match.com. This
Are
show
you
is sponsored.
serious?
Yeah, dead serious.
Okay. I
Brought
thought
to
it
you
was
by
a different one.
Match.com.
I
No,
thought
it
it was
was
like Christian Mingle or whatever.
no farmers only. Nah.
Farmers only. Yeah. So
No,
there's a.
but we had met, and she told me, he's like, hey, this being on the road thing is tough, because I was gone. I think we did 130, 135 dates a year. So I was on the road for over 250 days a year. I mean, that's quite a lot.
of. That is a
Yeah.
lot.
But little did she know about my umpiring career and how it was going to take me on the road again.
Right. Right.
To be continued.
Yeah. So um, tell the interesting part about Lindsay's background, who she went to school with, and
Oh
graduated
yeah,
with.
so there was, if y'all turned on the TV at all this week or past week, you might have seen a headline at Madison Square Garden where Travis Kelsey and
He
some
married
some
somebody.
some
Yeah.
country singer, whatever. I don't know. Then she went rock or pop or something.
Pop.
Taylor, is her name Taylor Swift? Yeah,
Yeah.
T Swift.
T
Yeah,
Swift.
Swifty.
you may have heard of her. You can just, type her name in. There'll be one or two articles online. Really, really boring read. But yeah, no, my wife actually attended high school with Taylor Swift for a few years, and unfortunately was not very good friends with her.
Right. Right.
But
So you didn't get invited.
apparently, well,
Yeah.
we reached out to her team. They said it was in the mail, but hadn't got it yet.
The invite to the wedding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or you wasn't.
Exactly.
You didn't want to sign the disclosure that you would like to.
Yeah, the NDA. Nah,
Did they have to sign an NDA?
I think a
Yes.
lot
Is
of
that-
people did.
No kidding.
It's a
I'm sure
really
it's
interesting
going to be
concept.
publicized.
From what
I'm sure
I've heard and read, all the invitations were somewhat coded. So if you
Really?
were to put that out there, they could tell who released it based off the invitation alone.
What
So
the heck? Oh my
that's what happens when
gosh.
you get a lot of money.
That
I
that
guess.
is.
I guess.
I mean,
So
like when you were putting people out of air conditioning. No, never mind. I just
what?
oh, there was all kinds of articles about how like they were doing rolling blackouts in New York because of
Oh
the
yeah.
power
Yeah.
usage and stuff, and they were celebrating. I mean, who knows all about that stuff?
I got you. I got you. So after you did that, you got how'd you get into real estate?
Real estate has always been in my mind growing up. I remember taking a class with Miss Jane Barnes. Wow, I didn't expect to even talk about this tonight. But I took accounting class in high school and absolutely fell in love with numbers for whatever reason.
Ooh.
My wife's not great at numbers, and I'm way better than her with them. But I just happened to fall in love with that. So the credit and the debits, and then how can I use that part to help educate my potential clients or former clients moving forward?
Yeah.
So I think that really maybe planted the seed on how I wanted to get into real estate back in high school. So,
Yeah. So you've been how long you been doing that? That's been a minute, right?
oh gosh, I think I've been in Nashville now for 14 years.
Yeah. Was that 11,
Uh,
2011 or
yeah,
12?
yeah, yeah. So maybe 15 years now. Crap,
Yeah.
it all goes by so
Blurs
Yeah.
together.
fast. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, Matt's old. He can't remember what he did 5 minutes ago. So, but yeah, I think I've been doing real estate now for 7 years.
Okay. Okay. So we talked a little bit, of course, a lot of people that listen to the show, they're from this area. Know your dad, obviously. Like us, your dad called my games. He called, how long, what did he do basketball or something, 40? Well, he's still doing a little bit of
He's
volleyball
still,
now, isn't
yeah, he's still doing volleyball. How I don't know. I mean, he never could see to begin with.
he? Right.
How he's able to see the step in front of
Oh,
him to climb up on the ladder. I don't know. That's to be determined.
that allegedly, now I've got to bring this up. We'll get back to your career in a minute, but
Oh, mm-hmm.
allegedly, for a few years there, I don't recall what time frame it was. There was a few years of a grudge match between the Fighting Joes and the brothers Tanner.
Yeah,
So,
we're still waiting to hit our next shot.
and yeah, from Justin, I recall one match, Joseph. It was a close match, and we were on 17, and
Mm.
you hit one
OB probably.
over the green, and we go back there and look. And I go, Joseph, man, it's out of bounds because we looked at the two stakes, and you picked the ball up and you fired it into the ground.
Yeah,
You were they was
I'm competitive,
frustrated.
man.
I know,
Yeah,
I know. Oh
I
my
was.
gosh, Micah, can you imagine me and Justin playing him and his dad at the
No, no.
smack talk?
Oh
And
man, that was good
oh,
times. I wish we would
oh,
have started that
oh,
sooner.
oh, that was a blast. So sorry, I digressed for a minute, but
Uh-huh.
um, did you did you go with your dad some? I know you guys saw him, and of course, Erin
Oh
boos it. She booed him all the
yeah.
time when he called the
Oh,
games that we were at.
shoot, I did too. I mean,
She said,
I
"What's he
grew up
gonna do?
with.
Throw his daughter out?"
Yeah, yeah, I know, right? I've gone to many games of his, whether probably more basketball games than anything, whether
Yeah,
it was at the Bloomfield Christmas tournament or at the Cape Christmas tournament. He was
yeah.
always calling one of those two places each year, and just got to go watch, hang around, meet the other officials he was working with.
Mm-hmm.
Dad even called my games growing up, and I think he only struck me out once because I never would let him have the opportunity to do it again.
Yep, just swing.
My, my zone was always a little larger compared to everybody else's when
I'm
I was in the
sure.
batter's box.
I'm sure.
Um, I
You better be
remember one
swinging.
time. Yeah, I was 16 playing. I guess it was Babe Ruth at that point, and Dad was umpiring back behind the plate. I was playing with the 18-year-olds, and I remember I was catching, ball came in from center field and it bounced high, and I'm going up to catch it like this. Next thing I know, some 18-year-old kid from Dexter lowered his shoulder and ran into me, and I did a backward somersault. And I think dad signaled safe or something because I dropped the ball, obviously, because the kid was 70 pounds bigger than I was. Next thing I know, Joseph McClarty is coming down first baseline arguing, and mom was at the game. And ooh, let's just say we didn't have review back then, but that play got overturned, and I believe the guy was out and also ejected for malicious contact.
I was going to say you can't do that in at that level. You can't run over people.
Not legally. Not legally.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yes, you can. It's against the rules. That's right. And they've taken that out even out of the big leagues too. They've taken a lot of that out too.
Yeah, they've cracked down in that, and rightly so. There's no place for that in our game today.
They getting guys hurt. So you watched your dad. You went to the games and all that stuff. Is that how you kind of got into that, or what made you decide to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like an interesting aspect. I was always watching them officiate, and then growing up, I started calling Little League. I was probably 15, starting to call Little League. I started from back behind the mound or the pitching circle, and then after 3 years or so of doing that, they're like, all right, time to get back behind the plate. Well, I caught my whole life, but umpiring and catching are two different things at 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing that, and it just progressed further and further, doing more games. So,
and you did some games. That when there a little league team over by your way that was really good for about 3 or 4 years, it went to the Little League World Series and did some of their games, stuff like that.
Yeah, Nolensville Little League had a very, very dominant 3 or 4 seasons.
You say Owensville?
Nolensville with the N. Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's just east of Brentwood.
Oh, okay.
So it all kind of runs in there together. But I mean, they went to the Little League World Series. They were on TV quite a bit. And I got into Little League over in Tennessee after I came off the road. I met one of my best friends, Derek Crawford. He was the UIC, which is the umpire in charge, and got to meet him and umpire with him. He's like, man, you can kind of umpire a little bit. Let's see what you do. And we worked so many games. We were on the board there for a couple of years.
In Nolensville?
No, at Spring Hill Little League.
Okay.
Yeah, and even worked some of the state tournaments here locally, whether it was at Columbia or Spring Hill. So that was always fun. That's kind of the next level for those kids to make it to the regionals and whatever to go to the World Series. So being a part of that was pretty cool.
Well, how did you get into college sports or college softball?
Yeah, so I officiated baseball back in Missouri for a couple of years, and grew up playing baseball, loved baseball. When I went to college,
you're a Misha certified or whatever official.
Yeah.
You called high school games here?
I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, not very long, maybe a year or two at most. But once I started coaching at Williams, I really fell in love with the game of softball. It's just it's a lot quicker pace than baseball, and it's getting faster and faster year in, year out. But yeah, I got into our local high school association over here out of the Nashville area. My signer, his name is Eddie Litton. He used to be a former SEC umpire in softball. So I wanted to move up to the next level. We have probably 65 umpires out of our association, and over half of them do college ball, whether it's JUCO or Division I level. We have a wide range of collegiate umpires over here. And so, like, I had a lot of mentors I could reach out to. Like, how do I get that next step? So that's kind of the driving factor in wanting to move up. Um, just the availability of having people who have been there or who were currently doing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you started in that association, and then what? Now you've gone. How did you continue to move up in that? What kind of what's the process of that?
You got to be lucky in some ways. I met an assigner who was my high school partner, you could say, and he assigned some fall games for Martin Methodist, which is an NAIA school. Now it's called University of Tennessee Southern, UTS, out of Pulaski. And so he's like, "Man, you're a pretty good official. You can do high school. I'll take you up here to do some fall games because, they don't count for records. It's just straight free subs. You don't even have to keep a lineup or anything. So it's just playing at that higher speed,
Mm-hmm.
next level stuff, and got to do that for a while. I'm like, Calvin, what's my next process like? How do I get involved into getting picked up by an assigner? Um, got to go to camps. So I signed up for a camp over in Johnson City, Tennessee,
Yeah.
which is kind of north of Knoxville area.
Mm-hmm.
Went to camp, got picked up for NAIA, and that's kind of where my college career started off at, working at the NAIA level.
But you've gone to like Florida State or something? Some
Yeah,
camps? Is that?
so yeah, I've been, gosh, I've been to Johnson City. I've been to Raleigh, North Carolina. I I've been to Florida State 2 or 3 times. I just got back 2 days ago from a camp out in Denver, Colorado. A very, very large tournament. There's over 150 umpires there alone. I think I called 17 games in a week.
Oh my!
So yeah, fun,
So
isn't it?
that wasn't a camp. That was calling games.
Three games out of those were my camp. So I called 14 games.
What does that mean? What do you mean 3 games were your camp?
So camp. So this was my first time being at a week long camp. I really didn't know how it worked, but they choose one day to evaluate you at all 3 positions. Because in college we run 3-man mechanics. So there's the plate umpire, there's the third base umpire, which is U3, and then there's the first base umpire, U1. So for 3 games, we rotate into each of those calling positions, and that's where they evaluate us. And then they bring in other umpires, and the camp continues while we go out and call the other games.
Oh, so they've got. Is it part of an association like United Umpires of America or something? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, so this was our NCAA softball umpire pro people, like
Oh,
all the way from high level SEC all the way down to your mid majors to Division 2 to Division 3
oh,
assigners. People who write the book, people who choose the postseason assignments.
oh!
Very, very important people to be in front of
I was
is
gonna say
why I
that's
went
a
out there.
wow.
So
Now
does
you
it?
got
Do
to
you
go
get a
up. Go
grade?
ahead.
Do you get a grade?
Yeah, so this was my first time where I actually received a handwritten evaluation from both my evaluators. We have a platform that we are all associated with, and we don't have access to that part of our evaluation, but only the national coordinators will have that access, so they can look to see what camps we've gone to in the past and see if we've continued to show improvement, hopefully shown improvement through each camp. But that kind of puts you on the progression chart per se by doing that.
So that puts you in front of like a signer, like somebody that gives you games and stuff like that on a regular
Correct.
basis.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, we have to update our blocks. We have a schedule. Different assigners assign at different times. Uh, in the past, so my signer just changed over last year. I was working for a lady by the name of Christy Cornwell, and she had the SEC, the ASUN, the Athletic Sun Conference, the OVC, the Ohio Valley Conference, and the Sun Belt Conference. I primarily worked in the OVC and ASUN. This year, our new assigner took over in middle of, actually a year ago now. His name is Tom Meyer. He still has those conferences as well. But me and gosh, through the umpire world, I've become family with many of people traveling to different camps or to ball games. You become a tight knit family pretty quick because you're almost with them more than you are your own family at home. But yeah, I got together with them and I said, guys, we got to go to this camp in New Jersey in October. Like, doesn't everybody want to go to New Jersey in October for vacation? Like, I mean, there's like a wait list aboard the plane. Not. But yeah, but I was like, guys, we have to go up there and get in front of our new assigner, primarily just to keep what we currently had. Because he didn't know us.
Yeah.
We didn't really know him. And I was like, we'll go up there because we're not going to be competing with the umpires in the Northeast for those different conferences, whether it's the Big Ten or whatever else is up there, or the Big East.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, let's just go. And I got a good friend of mine, David Corbin. He said, Joseph, that may have been the best decision you've ever talked me into doing.
Wow.
So it really turned out well, but behind the scenes, people have no idea what it takes.
No, that was some other stuff I'd like to get to. Go ahead, Micah. You got something? You ready to ask something?
I was just like, so that was last fall when you did that, right?
Yeah.
Because I know you had some other assignments in the fall last year. I mean, I think Matt and them went and watched you, I guess, officiate a SEC.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my highest level that I've actually called, I've called at the SEC level, non-con, which is non-conference play. So one SEC team playing a different team.
Who'd you call? Who'd you have?
This season I had Texas A&M.
Oh, that's right.
At Texas State down in San Marcos, Texas.
Yep.
That was fun. I did
that's some
a
high-level
decent
softball.
job. Yeah, I did a decent job. Yeah, both coaches were chirping a little bit, so I must have been consistent.
Right.
But yeah, I've done that. I got to call a midweek at Louisville a couple of years ago. That was my first time experiencing kind of the Power Four level. And then, this past fall, I got to go officiate a game at Mizzou. What was cool about the Mizzou game is my wife's sister lives there. And I also have some family in Columbia too. But we were visiting them, 2 or 3 years ago. I was like, guys, let's stop by the softball field. And I got out and I said, guys, I'm going to call here one of these days. I didn't know it was going to happen. I was kind of hoping it would. So I spoke it to existence, but,
that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So 3 years later, after stopping in the parking lot, taking a picture, I got to fulfill that dream, due to a mentor friend of mine, Scott Mayer. So very, very appreciative of that.
And we sat right behind the plate, and we did not give him any grief at all, if you can imagine, Micah.
None. Matter of fact, I ejected everybody from the stadium that day, if you recall. Actually, you could say God
you moved
did,
them indoors, and you moved them indoors, right?
That's true.
I wanted to hear more. But man, that was a big bolt of lightning down in center field. I'll never forget that. Whew.
Yeah, they were playing Wash
Missouri.
UMKC something.
And,
UMKC, I think they were doing like a kind of like a round robin kind of thing.
Pardon me, I have I got my sheet right here. Actually, that was in our locker room.
Oh,
So that kind of tells
that's
us
cool.
the pregame timing of when the first pitch was going to be infield for both teams, who the umpires were going to be, and all that. So
So what?
pretty neat to have.
Yeah. So what is that? What does a game day look like? Division One. What is that?
Everybody has their own routine. Like when it comes to assignments, like I I used to get assigned like in January for my games. Now, most recently, I got assigned as early as October last year and
For
expecting to
this coming
get
spring?
for this coming, yeah.
Okay.
So I've already got some dates blocked for a couple of different assigners already. So my season really starts when the season ends. It's kind of ongoing. But for me personally, I'm looking at the weather the week out, the 2 days before, the day of, like, what am I going to have to pack?
Yeah.
Am I packing cold gear? Am I packing short sleeves, my
Yeah.
gloves, whatever? But each umpire is different when it comes to, Division One. We obviously, each conference has their own set of guidelines that they play by, whether, lightning and stuff like that, or when you can access the field. So you have to be aware of those kind of small nuances. I check out the team, see if it's a conference matchup, if it's a rivalry. Not saying they're treated any different, but I might look at it a little bit closer. I watch a little bit of game film of the
Oh.
of the teams before, just to kind of get an idea of what type of pitching they have. I always watch my plate games.
Oh.
Um,
You go
that
back and
sucks.
review your plate games?
Yeah, I
Do you
do.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
every pitch.
Do they
There's a
do they
lot.
can they review they can't review like
No,
pitches
I
like
can't review balls and strikes.
yeah.
No, thank
Yeah.
God. Um,
Not yet, because they just implemented
yeah,
in the
yeah, the
SEC tournament.
ABS.
They did.
Yeah.
Really?
The ABS, the automatic balls and strike system is now in the major leagues. MLB has a big influence on what happens in the umpire realm of NCAA softball. Matter of fact, they changed some mechanics. MLB did based off the NCAA softball mechanics. So it's really neat type of partnership that they have
Oh.
together. MLB is the primary financer for the Athletes Unlimited softball league. Not sure if y'all knew that or not, but
I did not know that.
it's a growing sport, guys. It's
Yeah.
got 6 teams now. Probably going to double in size before we know it.
No kidding.
Does that answer the question?
Yeah, I was just curious how your day went kind of before that, but like if
Yeah.
you
I mean, I'm going to focus if I have the plate on a Friday or Saturday night.
which
If I
those
have
let me say that in college baseball or softball, what he was calling a midweek, the quote unquote, like if you're a pitcher, you want to throw Friday or Saturday night. That's the marquee game, so to speak, that
Yeah,
they talk
prime
about.
time.
Prime time. And so when he says you got a Friday night or Saturday night game, that's kind of what they would term a big game, kind of, so to speak.
Yeah. But before my plate game, regardless of when it is, the night before, I'm going to go to bed a lot earlier. I'm going to get hydrated earlier. May not partake in other beverages before the plate
Right.
game. Definitely after the plate game, because you need it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm talking of Gatorade, of course,
Of
y'all.
course. Of
Out
course.
there,
Of
just brown
course.
water. But it's really important to kind of just give yourself 20 to 30 minutes of nothing but complete silence just to get focused. It's an important task.
Yeah.
You got people's livelihoods and jobs on the line every time you go out there and officiate a ball game on the plate,
Yeah.
or
Yep.
really any position, but plate
Yeah.
always gets the most action. But if you're consistently bad, and I'm not saying umpires deliberately change the outcome of games,
Right.
um,
But they
but
can.
things do. But they can, but things happen. A lot of things have to happen for that to even come about in the thought process. But unfortunately, our performance can cost somebody their job, and
Yeah.
that sucks. That's a lot of pressure. A
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
pressure.
It is.
I'm gonna
It
kind of go.
is.
I'm gonna kind of go back a little bit here. You
Yeah.
talked about the when you got a game. Is those like individual contracts, or is there like a contract you sign for so many games with an assigner? Or
Yeah, so umpire. I'm a 1099 subcontractor. I have to sign a 1099 form for each conference I work with, whether it's ACC, SEC, Sun Belt, ASUN, OVC, Conference USA. I've had some games there before, which is a mid-major D1.
Mm-hmm. You
Step
called some
below.
OVC. You've called OVC.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
SEMO
OVC.
games.
Yeah, I go to SEMO, go to UT Martin quite a
Mm-hmm.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have to sign a contract for each of those conferences year in, year out.
so it's
So,
not individual games. It's not like you don't sign one
No, no.
Okay.
so what if? So let's say they say you get an assignment. They say, all right. Of course, softball is just like baseball. I mean, like they're playing in February and March, and you can
Oh
catch some
yeah, I
cold. You can
mean,
catch some cold days. And let's just say, Joseph, we want you March 15th in Columbia, Missouri. Well, there's a high probability that it's going to be
be
colder
snowing.
than a well digger's butt.
Could be
What
sleeting,
if you
snowing,
go?
whatever.
Yeah. What if you go? I'm out. It's too cold. What is that? Is that like a?
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
that's 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 frowned upon. That's how you
Okay.
don't get future games.
Okay. That was where I
You
was going with that. Yeah.
yeah, you assign, if your date is not blocked, if you show you're available, you better accept that game. If not,
Oh.
they might let you get out of it once, and you better have a good reason.
Yeah.
But if you are a repeat offender of that, you won't have a schedule anymore.
Wow.
Somebody else is always waiting to
Yeah.
take your spot.
Right. Right. Right.
So where are your goals to go from here, like in softball?
Yeah, I got short-term goals. I got long-term goals. With my career starting in NAIA, I've worked several Mid-South Conference tournaments in my collegiate career. I've worked 4 different NAIA opening rounds, which is the quarterfinals before they go to the World Series. Have to give a shout out to my nephew that made me miss one because he graduated high school. But that's all right. I'm not bitter about that. Not holding any grudges.
That would be
But
Luke.
yeah. But I think my short term goal is to work the NAIA World Series. Strictly because the fact I started NAIA, I was a coach. I'm really curious to know if there's a coach and an umpire who's been to the World Series for
That,
NAIA. So that might
that's
be a
pretty
part of
cool.
history there. I don't know. I haven't
That's
really researched, but
that'd be a cool. That'd be a cool
yeah,
footnote.
yeah, it'd be pretty cool to have my name tied to that.
Yeah.
And then obviously the dream goal is to work the College World Series.
Out in
But
Oklahoma City.
yeah, out in Oklahoma City. But if I can get on a SEC crew or ACC crew, Power 4 level would be ideal.
So right now, when you get assigned, let's say UT Mark,
hmm
are you assigned with 2 other guys, or do they just say, Joseph, you're here, and like you might have Joe and Steve this week, and next week it might be Bill and George? I mean, is it kind
Yeah.
of?
It rotates, man. I've called with guys from Rhode Island all the way down to Florida to Texas to California on a crew. It's different where I call it mostly in the mid majors. It's a different crew each series, so
Oh,
you're
okay, okay.
calling with a lot of different umpires from a lot of different parts of the country.
And
How do you learn? How do you adjust to it being different? I mean, I guess because work as a team. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely a team out there. That's a great question, Micah. I don't know why you thought of that and not Matt. Because actually, I know because you're smarter than Matt. Uh, that's really the reason. But no, we have what is called the CCA manual, and that's kind of our Bible per se for how we officiate. It gives us.
What does that stand for?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I don't have it in front of me.
See, that was a great question.
Yeah, I know, right? But it tells us where our starting positions are, where our calling positions have to get to, whether with bases loaded to runners on first and third, second only. It tells us where we need to be in order to make that call. So we are all within that manual.
The Collegiate Commissioners Association, the official guide detailing mechanics and procedures for college softball umpires. There you go.
That is it. Thank you, ChatGPT / Google.
That was Google that time.
Google, yeah. So, but what's interesting, even though it's our Bible, it's a guideline, and this is a big topic within our industry as umpires. There's a lot of different interpretations of it. Some people, some groups, what depends on what part of the country you are, interpret it different ways. So you have to communicate not only verbally but also with your eyes. You have to remember you can scream as loud as you want to, but if you're in a stadium with 2,000 to 5,000 people, you ain't gonna hear anything. So
Right,
it's really important to keep your eyes on your partners at all time, because they may dictate what you do next, or you may dictate what they do next.
Oh, geez, I didn't think about that. That's
So kind of this book, the Bible, whatever you want to call for softball, so it's like your code of ethics.
Yeah.
As a social worker, I have a code of ethics that I have to adhere to, and that adds validity to our profession. So I mean, I'm assuming that's kind of what you do with the collegiate, whatever Matt Googled there a while ago.
CCA.
CCA,
yeah.
The
Commissioners
CCA,
Collegiate Association or Collegiate Commissioners.
But he gives some more direction than ethics. It sounds like, though, because ethics
correct.
is kind of
I mean, I as a realtor, I have to abide by the code of ethics. If I was just a real estate agent, those code of ethics wouldn't mean anything. Which I don't know why you'd want to be in that profession and not abide by the code of ethics. Why would you want to work with that person to begin with? But that's a soapbox for another day.
Right. But I'm just kind of making the point that that it's important to have those standards, not only to communicate, but as a profession.
Yeah, and that's what these camps do too. They make you go by the manual. If you're doing something different, they're going to let you know and kind of slap your hand on it and like, why are you doing this? And when in Rome. But yeah, it's really important to know different game scenarios, situation, what's going on, because you can find yourself in a kerfuckus if you're, pardon me if that's not, you might want to edit that out. but you can find yourself
PG.
in some stuff, and it's bad when it happens. It's just bad when it happens.
So I mean, a lot of people always hate the umpire when they're in the crowd or the team or whatever. What are some things that you could tell people maybe that they should consider whenever they're yelling at a referee or umpire or something like that? Like,
I hate when people do that. So yes, please give us.
Yeah. Speaking from experience, it sounds like
I've been at games where he's probably yelled at some people.
Joseph's yelled at some.
Yeah, Lloyd Rice, if you're watching, man, I remember back in high school, I pretty much chewed you one side up, one down the other, and ended up writing an apology letter. And
that's funny.
I've grown a lot since then.
You know what? And you have, because you tried to embarrass your brother-in-law at a football game back in 2000.
It's great.
Do you remember
Matthew Tanner? Yeah, I remember that. So one of my favorite quotes in life is from John Wayne. If you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. So we were playing Sykeston in New Madrid when Matt and Aaron were dating. I guess Aaron finally reached dating age. Matt had already had a he was already getting his career going in the banking industry. Probably already a vice president somewhere. Aaron literally just got out.
Gosh. Oh, here
Just
we
got
go.
out of junior high. Yeah, junior high at least.
Thanks, Paul. All right, guys. We'll see y'all next week.
and so we're sitting up there with the student section. I'm like, guys, I got to embarrass this guy.
I'm on the other side of the field. I think what happened, we were winning at half, and then somebody went crazy. One of your running backs went crazy, had like 150 or 200 yards. Do you remember who that was? I don't remember who that was.
It was probably Derek Tipler. I mean, he was a generational type of athlete.
Yeah, no, I think it was after him. This would have been.
Was it?
Yeah, Aaron and I, we started dating in 02 or 03, so this was after Derek. I can't remember who was it. Who was like number? I think it was like number 6. I don't remember who that was. I don't remember, but he went crazy. We were ahead at half, and I was ribbing you, and then y'all ended up winning.
Yeah. So I had the student section chant Matthew Tanner, and I mean, I'm pretty sure the crowd in the Sykeston crowd got silent and started laughing.
What
eventually.
the heck are they doing? Yeah. He gave me a shout out.
But to answer your question, Micah, it's in all honesty, it's part of the game. You're never going to get that out of the game unless you do what I've always suggested: just drop your kids off and come back in a couple hours.
There's always emotions. There's always emotions.
Oh yeah. There's always emotions. It's kind of like water off a duck's back. You do get used to it as long as people don't make it personal. That's one thing. But come on, Blue, or where was that pitch? That's something you're going to get game in, game out, and you're going to hear it from both sides. One story that I've heard throughout my journey as an umpire, I remember a guy was telling me this. Now, whether or not it was his family member, couldn't say, but there was this lady at the ball game, and they're like, "Why are you yelling at my kid?" Because everybody's yelling at the umpire. You don't usually hear a parent yelling at a batter like, "Why did you swing at that pitch?" or "Why did you miss that ground ball?" And the lady's like, "Well, that's my boy," and the boy was the umpire. And it kind of puts things into perspective that somebody belongs to that person that they love. Just kind of puts it into perspective. Like, we're all human. We're all going to make mistakes.
Right.
Whenever I get done or get close to being done, I want to find out where some of these people work, and I want to go to their job, and I'm going to just scream at them like, "Why are you typing like that? Why are you picking up the piece of paper that way? You're awful."
You've seen those. You've seen those deals with Peyton Manning. He did that. He's like, "Well, you're not a very good salesman," or whatever he was. You can't put the bread up there like that.
I just for whatever reason, sports allows people just to speak freely, and that's not always a good thing.
That's true.
It's just not.
I mean, some things and like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but anyway.
One of my favorite things, I remember working I used to work travel ball. No disrespect to travel ball. It got me in a lot of reps. Made a lot of money by doing travel ball. 16 games a day for the weekend. But I remember coming out of a meeting and that we were talking about the step back for a pitcher. Well, in high school, a pitcher can step back, but in college, it's considered illegal. So
in
this
baseball
was the summer
or softball?
In softball from their wind up.
You can't. Wait a minute. Hang on. You can't step back during your wind up?
No, not in softball. You can rock, but you can't physically step back. Okay. So this coach, I was calling the bases, and this coach just started off the first pitch of the game. Come to find out, this pitcher used to play for him, so he was trying to get into her head and all this stuff. And one of my favorite comments I've ever made to a coach. He kept on, and at 8:30, I'd finally had enough. I said, "Coach, do you want to coach or do you want to umpire? Because you can't do both right now." And after I said that, he kind of got quiet. He got real quiet.
Yeah.
So
what
you just have to put them in their place sometimes.
Of course you do. So what's some of the toughest calls you've had to make?
I think the toughest calls to make are obstruction or interference. That's one that people always seem to get confused on. I always get a chuckle when coaches scream, "That's interference! That's interference!" when they really want obstruction. I'm like, if you want me to enforce interference, I can, but you're not going to like the outcome that you're hoping for. So yeah, that one's always hard because obstructions caused by the defense, interference is caused by the offense.
There you go.
There you go, folks.
Does softball have infield fly? I assume
they do. Yep.
Okay.
First and second, less than 2.
So do you still call high school softball?
I do. Yeah, I actually got to go to state this year, kind of as a fill-in. TSSAA, which is the Tennessee, Athletic Association part of it. They play their games in Murfreesboro because I guess it's central location to the state. They play their championship games at Middle Tennessee State, MTSU, which is in the Conference USA division or
Division
conference.
One.
Yep, all Division One. But it rains every year for our softball tournament, and it just puts it puts a hassle on the signers, the schedulers, and everything. So I kind of got called in last minute to go work a day. But 2 years ago, I was selected to go work, and I had a great time, great opportunity. Glad I got to put that on my resume.
Yeah. Do you? Does each conference or each? And I'm just supposing here, like an OVC game as compared to like a ACC or SEC game. Whoa!
Dang.
I got Mike. Let me clean off my screen here.
I'm sorry.
Do each of them have different, like ACC or SEC? They might give you a hotel room, where the OVC they're like, get your own room. How does all that? How do the logistics work? Does it depend?
Yeah. Each conference different. Like I make pretty good money in the OVC. I won't disclose what I make because I'm not sure if that's proprietary information or not. But,
I wouldn't ask you that.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
But but the OVC does provide a game fee, and they also provide a hotel room for the series.
Oh, cool.
So usually, if I go to UT Martin, they put me in the hotel for a couple of nights. And then I, go to the next place. ACC and SEC, they're more your flat rate schools, so you get a higher flat rate, but out of that will come your travel expense per se. A lot of umpires.
So to get there, that's
it's on you. It's on you.
To get there, it's on you, right?
Yeah,
I mean the travel part.
Yeah, I've not had this opportunity yet, and if I get it this year, I'm gonna just go because that's what you do. But if you go out to other states on the very, very West Coast, won't mention that state by name, but you got to fly out there.
Well, yeah.
You work your game, you get a hotel, and then you got to file in that state, and it's a lot of money that you have to pay for taxes. So you might break even or come out just a couple hundred ahead, as opposed to if you work closer to home. But that's just the logistics of it all.
Yeah.
It's what you do.
I would imagine with like conference realignment and stuff, with like the bigger conference, the Power Four, like those.
Yeah, Pac-12's coming back this year.
What?
I mean, it's spread out. Yeah.
What do you mean the Pac-12?
But they're not having a media day though.
No, they're not. But Pac-12's coming back in existence.
What?
Different
teams.
Different teams. Yeah, there's some different.
I'll say because most of those Pac-12, a lot of them went to the Big Ten
or Big Ten.
Or Big 12.
ACC.
Big 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Stanford is part of the ACC. Make that make sense.
Well, look at.
Well, USC is part of the Big Ten, right?
I was going to say,
I
yeah.
mean, you talking about spending some money for traveling for football. Whew, could you imagine that charter plane? Um, but yeah, there's a brand new conference coming out too called the UAC, which stands for United Alliance Conference. A lot of ASUN schools are going to that with football, and some of the softball schools or sports are going there too, such as University of North Alabama. That's an hour and 15 minutes away from me.
No, right where it's at. My niece went there.
Yeah, Austin P State University in Clarksville, Tennessee is joining that.
What's it called? What's it called?
UAC, the United Alliance Conference.
Really?
Don't know much about it. It literally just officially became a conference on July the 1st. So I'm looking at that. I don't even know really who's assigning that yet, but as an umpire, I'm looking at all these schools right now that I currently attend that are moving to this. I'm hoping to continue that, but you just never know. But I'm interested in it for sure.
Well, yeah, that'd be right around your home base, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Austin P.
I got Missouri. I got Missouri Valley, literally 30 minutes away at Belmont.
That's right.
Lipscomb is part of the ASUN. You got Murray State, which was former OVC, which is in Missouri Valley now.
Yeah.
Hour and 45 away.
Yeah.
So
Chattanooga, you got Chattanooga's what, a couple hours?
Yeah, UTC. Yeah, it's an hour and a half for me.
That's I didn't realize of it. Now, will that be a new alignment for like football, or is that just softball, or
no, it's
everything?
Football. Everything's driven by football.
Okay,
football is the big thing that brings in the money.
It's the one that spreads it out, the money to.
Yeah. I mean, it all comes down to the Benjamins, baby.
So how do you you're like, and you talked about it, you're gone typically weekends. It's not during the week. You're not typically gone.
So when my season starts, our season starts really in December when I'm going to camps. I'm actually going to another camp in Indy in a couple weeks, but I'm always trying to track pitches when January comes, whether it's high school or reaching out to Tennessee State or Lipscomb or colleges nearby where I can go and see live pitching. So my season starts there. The month of February is primarily college because high school doesn't start here till March.
Yeah.
But a typical college weekend for me, I'm calling maybe a Tuesday or a Wednesday midweek games, and then I leave Thursday night to call Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Usually home Sunday night. Then doing high school Monday, Tuesday, whatever to fill in the dates. But thankfully, high school, I don't have to travel more than 15 minutes. Then I'm home at a decent time.
Right.
You may have actually called one of my cousin's games. She plays down in Smyrna.
Smyrna, that's not my association, but definitely know where Smyrna is, and probably know some umpires who have had her games.
Yeah, she's a catcher, so I just kind of
Yeah, my high school signer is really good to me. I got 2 schools here in Spring Hill that no more than 10 minutes away from my house.
Yeah,
so that's really nice.
Yeah,
I think next year is her senior year, so I think it'd be. Her name's Mackenzie Hayden, so she catches down.
Mackenzie Hayden. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to reach out to some friends of mine.
See
what they can give them. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're still planning. So do you have your schedule full for college right now, or is that?
No, not yet. They're still in the midst of, especially with these new conferences come to the forefront. They're trying to figure out
October, November, December, something like that.
Typically, but I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't start getting some games in August as in the earliest. Could be wrong on that, but
Well, I mean,
That's
like,
my guess.
is it kind of like basketball? I mean, I know football schedule is out. Like, you could look
All
and
the
see.
schedules are turned in right now, to my knowledge,
Yeah, because I know basketball.
for
There's
next
some
season.
basketball NCAA that hasn't finalized their schedule. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean,
pretty
and
well
all that
almost though.
changes.
Yeah.
Like our assigners, for the most part, I mean, especially your power four level umpires, the people who are getting looked at to go to the College World Series, they probably already have a majority of where they're going to go pretty soon, I would think. That's just seniority. That's how it works. But
I was
for
gonna
too much
I,
longer,
I was gonna say the earlier you get the schedules, probably the more in demand you are too.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
How do you get assigned like a NCAA regional game or a College World Series bid? How do you get that?
How can I answer this politically?
Oh,
Correct. That
I,
way. No, you have to go to camps. You have to get
just
to
be
know
seen by the right
people.
people,
Be
essentially.
be seen. Yeah, be
And,
seen by the right people.
and you got to be in
A
the right
lot of
Okay.
conference
luck.
too, right?
Yeah. Well, you probably need to be in the Power Four to get selected for the one regional, super regional,
Probably not too many
World Series
OVC.
stuff.
What's that?
No, I wouldn't think there's many OVC.
Yeah.
I do know I have some good friends who work some SEC non-con who are primarily OVC umpires. So I mean, I'm in a good area to get to that level. Hopefully, I'll have the opportunity as soon as the season, but we shall see.
Yeah. Well, you're in Nashville. You're pretty close to a lot of SEC stuff. I mean, Vanderbilt, obviously,
Yeah,
is
yeah. They
right
don't have a
there.
softball program though,
Oh,
unfortunately.
I did not know that.
You
Oh.
would think that's like I think they have underwater basket weaving, but they don't have softball for whatever reason.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
But
like
no,
you're not that far from Ole Miss and Mississippi
no,
State and stuff
no.
like
I
that.
mean, I got Auburn and Georgia. I got Georgia Tech, which is ACC in Atlanta.
Right, right, right.
But yeah, you have to go and be seen. They're not going to use you unless they know you. This past week, the main guy for NCAA, Steve McCowan, he actually sat and watched a few innings of mine and my friend's game. He liked what he saw from what he said afterwards, but what does that mean?
Yeah.
Remains to be seen.
Well, it's better than saying he didn't like what he saw.
Hey, you can't.
100%. I'm going to celebrate that win.
Yeah.
Promise you that.
But
That's
shifting
pretty
gears a
interesting
little
stuff
bit.
there.
Oh yeah. How is the real estate market in Nashville?
And I probably had one of my best years so far.
Congratulations.
I mean, of course, the end of last year was slow, but that rolled into this first and second quarter of the year. I'm getting ready to start my quarter four here pretty soon. I start about 3 months earlier. But it's picking up. It goes in waves, man. I think the average home price here where I'm at is 600,000. I know, right? Like,
And Joseph's in Spring Hill, by the way, for those that
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
It's kind of
it's about
south.
35 minutes south of Nashville, 15 minutes south of Franklin.
Yeah.
So
It's
an hour and 15 minutes from Bucky's in
yeah.
Athens, Alabama. That's the best
And
way
I
of
went there a
putting it.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
But
it was like a bomb went off and it just exploded that area. Just as far, and I mean in a good way, just growth. It's just
well,
they're
when I moved
filled.
here 14 years ago, I think we only had 20, maybe 30,000 people. Maybe we're over 55, maybe 60 now.
It's
But there's a
Of
lot
unbelievable.
course,
of people that moved to Tennessee
Right.
from
yeah,
other.
it's
Was it
yeah. I
is it
mean, we
Amazon? Is Amazon there or
Amazon. So there's a big fulfillment center over in Murfreesboro area,
yeah,
but we have the GM
Nissan.
plant.
that's
GM plant is here in Spring Hill. They used to make the Acadias.
yeah.
So if you own an Acadia and you're listening, open the driver door. There's probably a little circle that says "Made in Spring Hill, Tennessee."
Okay. Now,
So
wasn't Ford making some batteries, or isn't there a battery plant there? Something right behind
we have
your old house?
yeah, it's called Ultium Battery Plant.
Uh,
They supply batteries, I think, for GM and maybe some other companies. Micah mentioned Nissan. That's in Franklin, big headquartered there.
yeah.
Lot of automotive industry.
And that brought a lot of people
Uh,
into the area, though, didn't it? Because that moved
Yeah,
from
I mean,
California.
yeah, you used to have, yeah, the battery plant brought in a lot of people from California.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the GM plant used to be Saturn, and so
yep.
Saturn brought in a lot of people from Detroit, Cincinnati area.
Yep.
And GM has invested billions of dollars into this market here in Spring Hill. I'm always asked if GM goes under, will Spring Hill survive? I'm gonna say yes.
That's insane.
There's a lot of job growth opportunity here in Spring
Oh, for
Hill,
sure.
Middle
Now
Tennessee in general.
yeah.
Speaking of that growth in that area, isn't Nashville on the possible Major League Baseball coming there?
You know, there's lots and lots of talk about the Nashville Stars, I believe is what they're called, backed by a lot of former MLB managers and players. I don't know
Don't you have
what's
AAA
going to
there now?
happen. Yeah, we have
The
the
Memphis
AAA
Sounds
Sounds
for
or Nashville?
Nashville
Nashville Sound.
Sounds. Yeah, they're
Memphis.
the Memphis Sounds. Yeah, that's same state, Matt. Good job.
That
He
was
said
me. That
Memphis,
was
not
me.
me.
That was
Oh,
me.
well, I know what to get you for Christmas, Micah. Get you a
A
state map
globe.
book.
A
Yeah,
globe.
a globe.
I just defended everybody in Tennessee.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
right.
Nashville's
Right.
not Memphis.
I'm gonna be getting yelled out by little Shirley's boy at one point or something.
But yeah, Nashville Sounds is the AAA affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There was rumored years ago that when they built that new stadium downtown, that it would be converted into a major league ballpark. I don't think that's the case. I guess anything is possible, but the last I've heard, they're looking at the area just north of Tennessee State, which is
Oh,
kind of in metro center area of Nashville, north of downtown, northwest of downtown.
okay. Okay.
If it did come to fruition, now you talk to the Major League Baseball side of things. The commissioner Rob Manfred, he's really looking at to expanding in general, and I think Nashville and maybe I think Sacramento might be the other town that's highly
Yeah.
on the list.
I would
Could
think
be wrong on
Nashville's
that.
got to be. It's crazy how much it's
Well, I
growing, and
mean, so Nashville's in the process of building a bigger,
Starbucks is
smaller
moving there.
stadium. Yeah, Starbucks headquarters is coming here,
Yeah.
but Nashville is in the process of building a larger, smaller stadium for
A
the
what?
NFL visiting teams. A larger, smaller stadium for the NFL visiting teams to host their fans in Tennessee Titans Stadium. So they're
What?
building a brand new football facility stadium here downtown Nashville.
Yeah. A
Isn't it going to
larger,
host a Super
smaller.
Bowl?
Yeah. So I call it the larger, smaller because it's larger footprint but smaller seats. I think it's actually 5,000
Oh,
seats less.
I'm with you now.
Um,
But
What about
but
the
yeah,
old
it's a
stadium?
climate
there.
controlled though.
Yeah, it's probably going
Oh,
to the old stadium's probably going to be demolished and turned into parking lot, commercial space would be my guess.
You can
no
see it being
Uh,
built
kidding.
already.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, literally, it's right next door. I don't know who the owner is of the La Quinta Hotel, but I mean, it is right on its front porch where the new stadium is. So if you're a La Quinta, which is maybe a Choice
I think
hotel
yeah,
brand,
yeah,
um, you're in luck because
yeah.
when Nashville hosts the Super Bowl in 2030 and Jason Swift and Taylor Kelsey is there.
Jason
However
Swift. That's
however that
hilarious.
is, they'll be headlining that, I'm sure. But yeah, Nashville is just freaking
Travis
growing.
Swift.
Yeah,
Jason's his
Travis
brother.
Swift. Yeah, Jason is his brother. Yeah, that's right.
He's
I
the
mean,
cooler
who
one.
cares?
He's the
Yeah,
cooler
he
one
yeah,
is
of
the
them.
cool. He is the
yeah.
cool one. He is the
But
cool one.
But you think about Nashville has the Predators, which is the hockey team. They have women's basketball now. I think it's part of the Athletes Unlimited, I
Oh,
believe. They play downtown as well. But you got the Titans and then the AAA team. Can Nashville really help with, or what's the word I'm looking for here?
support.
Support.
Yeah,
Yeah. Can they support um, an MLB team?
I think
And that
so.
the Sounds holds 10,000. It's sold out every time.
Yeah.
Another sport that's big. You may have seen it on TV last month, but
Do
football.
they have a
FIFA.
soccer team?
Yeah, man, they got a Nashville Soccer Club. It actually
St. Louis
hosts.
has one too.
Yeah, it actually hosted Japan's national team for its practices and whatnot.
Oh
So
wow.
that they've been in the playoffs. Messi's played there, so
Oh
pretty cool.
wow. That is cool. That is cool. Well, Joseph, we're going to get wrapped up here pretty quick. We've been going an hour. Can y'all see the time on there?
Hour and
Can y'all see?
15.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hour 15. I know. That's what I'm
almost.
saying.
I mean, if you stretch that out, that's almost to Matt's eyebrow on his left eye. You know?
Wow. Keep the
Wow.
gloves up. Keep the gloves
Hey,
up.
our promo for this one will be uh, shots at Matt.
All right, as Luke always says, shots fired.
Shots fired.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move to the quick hitting lightning round.
All right,
Baseball or softball?
softball
Plate or bases?
plate. That's where the game lives.
Favorite Division One venue?
Ooh, Florida State.
Okay. Loudest crowd?
Texas State that I've experienced.
Really? Is
Yeah.
it insane?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's at 4,100 people there, maybe.
No kidding.
Texas State,
What?
Texas A&M was a big crowd.
But let's face it, like
What?
Texas A&M's not that far from there, is it?
College Station, I don't know how far it is from San
I don't know.
Antonio, San
Well,
Marcos
Texas,
area.
you could be.
Texas
That's
is a
a
big
huge
state.
state. Yeah.
Not quite as big as Matt's head, but getting there.
Bam.
Wow. Wow. What? Um, gosh dang it. Now I forgot what I was going to say. How many people, what's the capacity at Oklahoma City at the World Series? Do you know? I don't,
12,000, I think.
that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a big game.
We got
Yeah.
to see Oklahoma. We got to see Love Stadium when we went out there last
Yeah,
year.
that'd be another nice place to go to as well.
That was really cool. That's cool to see that too. The coach you'd most like to have dinner with after a game,
Probably Patty Gasso,
and she is
Oklahoma's coach.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite road trip meal?
Bucky's. Is there another place?
The we stopped at Bucky's
Fresh brisket on the board.
we stopped at Bucky's coming and going when we went out to Oklahoma to watch Mizzou play football. Me and Micah and Justin.
Fine.
We stopped there in Springfield on the way out there and on the way back.
That's right.
If we're going to get Oklahoma or Ole Miss tickets, we probably need to start looking at those pretty quick.
That's a good point, Micah. Yeah, we sure do. What's one rule every fan misunderstands?
That they need to keep their mouth shut when they enter the gates.
That's not a rule.
Obstruction and interference.
Oh, okay. Okay, you mentioned that a while ago.
Wow.
Or now,
And baseball would be a balk with it.
Yeah, balks are always questionable.
yeah.
I'm glad we don't have those in softball.
When you're talking about interference, is catcher's interference? Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah.
Is there catcher's interference like baseball to hit the
Yeah.
glove or
Yeah.
whatever?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That still applies.
Real estate or umpiring, which causes more stress?
Real estate. I mean, because the strike zone doesn't change because of the interest rates. Come on now.
Right,
Jeez.
right. All right, since you're a New Madrid alum, give me New Madrid in one word. Be
Home.
nice. Home. There we go. Like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. And what's your best piece of advice you've received about officiating from your dad or from anybody?
Always go out there and do your best. Like, these are athletes who have trained and worked hard. Call it fair. Call it like you see it. Don't take it home. Don't bring it home, rather.
Interesting. Well, that's, of course, you don't sound like you do that because you said you go back and watch all the plate games.
Yeah, I watch them before I get home. Watch them while driving down the road.
Allegedly watch them while you're driving down the road.
Yeah.
That's what happened when we were coming to your house that time during the Masters. Aaron had the
XM satellites.
The thing I notice about umpires really is they're unnoticeable until they do something wrong.
That's our goal. Game in, game out. You want to go unnoticeable.
The people that name, like Angel Hernandez, make mistakes all the time.
Butler.
You think about the animosity that Gallagher may have held against Jim Joyce when he blew that perfect game call, call at first base.
Who did we talk about that with? Jamie? I think it was Jamie Johnson.
Jamie we had him weeks ago.
Yeah, do you know Jamie?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
He's an assistant with Minner.
Okay,
from Zenith. Yeah, he's a principal. We had him on. We were talking about that specific play in general.
I mean, you think about that. I mean, that's as high as it gets. And the umpire, I mean, he just blew it. Didn't mean to.
No.
But they didn't have review. They didn't have review. I mean, the grown man was crying.
Yeah.
Delivering and Gallagher just said, man, it's all good. Life's not fair, guys. It's all part of the game.
Yeah.
You might get a call go your way. You might not.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
So,
well, before we go, Joseph, give me three people. If you got three, do you know three? You got three friends
that want to talk to you. I mean, that's debatable.
That is the other. I tell you what, if you can just have Lindsay get Taylor Swift on here, that'll be it. That'll be all we need.
Yeah.
You just stick with one.
I mean, I'm a follower of the podcast. I can't remember who I've seen, who I've not. I got a great memory, guys. It just doesn't last long. Okay, so. Have you had your brother?
My brother?
Yeah.
Why would I have him on? He's been on a podcast or two.
Yeah, but you not interviewed him. He's got an interesting background because he still works at that church, right?
I knew you were going to ask that. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if you can't get Taylor Swift, I tell you what, we need to have Lindsay on. She's got all the connections to the sports world and the celebrity. Tell her about who her cousin is now.
Oh yeah. Now, if I could get this to come to fruition, then by all means, my agent will be reaching out. But so Lindsay's cousin's husband, his name is Luke Laux. And if you follow NBA, you probably know the name Luke Laux. He used to play at Florida State, actually won an ACC conference championship down there. He went over and played in the D League in Europe. He coached for the Golden State Warriors for a couple of years, I think at least one, if not two, NBA championships with them.
Yeah.
Went over to the Kings. Believe he won another NBA championship.
The Kings?
Sacramento. Did they not win? Maybe not.
I don't think so.
I can't remember.
Think so.
Anyways, he was with Mike Brown. Mike Brown was just in the NBA playoffs. Matter of fact, I think he did win. Maybe that's why I had it in my mind.
Yeah,
but
Mike
now
Brown
he's
was head coach in New York.
Yeah. He coached under him at Sacramento. So that's that connection. But he's now the men's head basketball coach at his alma mater at Florida State, down in Tallahassee. So
yeah, so we need to, like, Joseph. This may not even air now. I need to get Lindsay. We got the wrong Baldwin on.
yeah, I got the
We should
wrong
have got
one.
Lindsay on here talking about her cousin and her high school classmate.
have you had Coach Mack on? I don't know. I mean,
I
that
have
would be
not.
another.
I've
That would be a great one to do.
Unbelievable. Yes. Totally agree with you. I got to call. I got to get him on. Yeah.
I think Justin. I really do. I think Justin would be a good one for comedy's sake. I don't know how many views you get, but I sure would enjoy it.
We'd probably get views, all right. We'd get views, just the anticipation of the sibling rivalry there.
Yeah,
we need to add Becky in there.
Oh, yeah, the podcast world could not handle it.
Yeah,
we'd be worse than the Kelsey brothers.
I wish I would have got that guy's number, Matt.
When
we were on our way home from St. Louis. I wish I had his number. Yeah, I wish I had his number.
With that. Oh my gosh!
I don't know. I really think Coach Mack would bring a lot.
He would be awesome.
I think Joseph McClarty would be another good one. He's got a great story.
Joe Mack.
You talking about investing in kids' lives. I mean, talking about legacy. I mean, his dad. I think I may have been the only person in Southeast Missouri that didn't work for Dave's grocery store. I don't know why that is. But I mean, he jump started a lot of people's career and how to treat people. Joe Mack followed that too. So then I guess if you wanted to, I don't know if you can understand the Chicky-Changa or quesadilla or anything, but you can get my dad on there. I mean,
he was actually Jamie Johnson said you got to get your father-in-law on here.
Yeah, I mean, get him and Joe Bill on there. Joe Bill Davis.
Oh, you know what?
Y'all could have a whole series dedicated to them two.
You know what? Those two. That is a great idea.
I bet they got a bunch of stories.
Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me?
One story that reminds me of Dad officiating was basketball. I think basketball was his primarily love. I know he umpired baseball for years and still is the rules interpreter for Misha, I believe. But I remember him telling a story. They were down at Crothersville back in probably the late 80s, early 90s, and Dad had to call 911 from the locker room because after the game, the coach just went ballistic, beating the door down and all that stuff. I'm like,
what?
Yeah, stuff was going on back then. It's gotten a lot worse now.
Wow. What about
was it the home team? Well, I mean, not trying to be.
I don't even remember, but I mean, when you have to call the cops.
But I'm just thinking, like, how much help would the cops be if it was the home team?
Probably not.
They might be mad. You screwed us.
Well, might be.
What? We get Fellmeyer on here. Wasn't he an official or no?
Yeah. I think so. I know he's an administrator. He could probably talk on that aspect. Talk about how he gets his golf clubs out of his cart.
I knew you were going there as soon as I said that. Man, oh my gosh!
I'll never forget
Lord.
that.
Oh my gosh!
Speaking of the golf course, the Kevin Collins interview was good and learned a lot of interesting stuff about that.
Speaking of that, I talked to him today. We were out there. We had lunch today. He said so. They built 200 new sheds. And he said that there are 190 of them filled.
Holy crap.
Yeah. He said, we're going to have to build more. I mean, at some point. Now, he said it won't be like tomorrow, but probably.
Yeah.
Because he said right now there's like 100 and I think he said 160 or 170. So with most of the members moving over and then plus people joining and then wanting a cart shed, they're up to 190.
Where did the members move over from? I guess would be my question. Is that from
what do you mean?
Like New Madrid? Are they
Oh
moving?
no,
No, he's
I'm
talking about
saying no. I'm talking about moving the cart sheds over. The new
Oh, I
cart
got you.
sheds. The new
Got you.
cart sheds are over. You know
Yeah,
that
across
back
the
way.
tennis courts. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
they're across.
back behind 10 Green.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
Correct. That's correct. That's
yeah.
correct. So that's what I was saying about moving over. No, I don't know. We're saying
God, I hate
moving
that
from.
hole. I don't know if
have,
I've
have
ever
they
hit that
started breaking
green.
ground? Have they already started breaking ground on the pool? I thought I seen something out there like where they were maybe like the pool area or whatever they were going to
No,
build
because that's
next.
going to go that's going to go where they're going to tear down the current sheds.
Okay, I couldn't
So
remember
they
if they
haven't.
had tore them down yet or not. So
No. I hope not. I still got a golf cart there.
okay,
No,
That'd be bad.
we should be moving. I believe in July to.
All the irrigation that's been completed too,
That was
right?
done last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was done last
I
year.
wonder when they cleaned out all the brush and trees along 7 if I could have gone back and picked up my thousands
Your
of golf
golf
balls
ball.
I hit over.
There was a bunch of them. I'm sure.
Oh,
I'm sure. I'm
I mean,
sure.
you think about that. Like baseball field has nothing to protect it now.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. They're gonna. There's
Don't
some.
park over there.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Oh shoot. Well, Joseph, we appreciate you taking some time.
Yeah, man.
And you're, are you
Fun
at your
stuff.
house or are you at your office?
I'm in my office, man. If I was at home, I'd
Merritt
hear
and
my
Abby would
2
be.
girls crying, screaming, probably the wife screaming at me. So quick story here. When I went out to this Colorado fireworks camp, they had all the rookies, which means the first time attendees come up and say a few words. And I introduced myself from Tennessee. I said I flew 1,200 miles to come get yelled at. I could have stayed home, got yelled at for free, man.
Right. Did you tell them? You didn't tell them you're going to be on the Doghouse podcast, though. I hope not. Because
No,
if you
not
did,
yet.
man, this play it'd blow up. It probably shut down our website. So
Yeah, I'll be waiting for my royalty check along with the Swift wedding invitation in the mail this week.
right.
Oh.
Oh
All
gosh.
right, guys. Well, enjoy it.
Well,
Glad to be a
Joseph,
part of the podcast.
thank you.
got to end
All
it.
kidding aside, I know that's right. We got to end it, but Joseph, we appreciate you coming on. You are.
Micah Harris.
I'm Matt Tanner, and we end all of our episodes with "Go Dogs." So I expect a "Go Dogs" out of you. Yeah, I'm guessing when I'm not. Yeah, that's what I figured. I know it. That's right. So
At least
with
Mouthy.
that, that's right. With that, Micah, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.